Hello, hi guys, my name is zinjy and welcome back to another episode on the Basically Minecraft server. And in our last episode we managed to get a lot done on the pyramid. As you can see coming in the view behind me, yeah, we may have the main exoskeleton of the pyramid now finished and it looks absolutely stunning. Look at this guys, it looks absolutely amazing. Let me get on up here, I'll be able to show you guys kind of what it looks from the sky. Look how much space we have inside. There's so much space. Of course for some reason we're letting half of it up and I didn't light the other half up and we have mobs spawning, but that's, you know, that's a story for a different day. We don't need to do that just now. But the space in here is absolutely humongous. I did not think we were going to have this much space when I kind of wish I hadn't extended it now. But you know what? It looks cool. But of course, we've got all these big side grates here, as you can see. They don't have anything in them, and that is something I'm hoping to be doing today. And over the holidays, I managed to come up with a design finally to put into these side areas that we have left open. And I am hoping you guys like it. Yeah, it took me a little while to come up with it. I had it in my head sort of for a few weeks, and over the sort of holiday season, I managed to get it built in a test world. I don't usually build these sort of things up in a test world, but I built the side panels up in a test world, and I think they look really cool. And it also finally gives this sort of pyramid spaceship its spaceshipy look. And that's what I was going for because it looked too much like a pyramid before, hence why we put the side we're going to be putting the side panels in. And I think it's the final piece of the puzzle that's going to give this build like its main, you know, it's definitely going to pop and it's definitely going to look really cool. But that's not what I want to do today. I also want to do something with the thing behind me, which is under the ground, because I need to make a different access panel for that. But first of all, I really want to go to the Olympuscraft side of things because there's something in the shopping district that I know is waiting on me. And welcome back to the Olympuscraft shopping district. For those of you who don't know, we actually merged with the Olympuscraft server recently and became one big server, and we actually have our worlds connected using this gold portal right here. And it's actually really cool. Once we pop through that little purple sort of glass there, we go back to the Basically Minecraft side, and another side we've got something we can pop back through to the Olympuscraft side. But I know most people are building through here, and there's something actually in the Olympuscraft shopping district that I know is sitting waiting on me and I haven't picked up yet, and it's sitting right here under this very large tree. And here it is. This is what I'm actually looking for. Just before Christmas, we all held a secret Santa. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to take part. As you can see, there's a lectern just over there between the presents, and that's where we're drawing each other's names so we can give each other a secret Santa gift, or, you know, to find out who we got. As I say, I wasn't around before Christmas or just before Christmas, so I wasn't actually able to take part in this. Fortunately for me, Fozzen actually drew my name and he actually gave me a gift. So I just want to say thank you, Mr. Fozzen, for giving me a gift, even though I wasn't able to give anyone else a gift. And as you can see from my gift, he's been very elegant on the diamond blocks. And I know what you're all saying, zinjy, it's January. Why opening presents in January? Well, as I say, I wasn't around, and to be fair, like, if I'm not opening presents on Christmas Day, then why not open presents in January? And let's be honest, who doesn't want to open presents in January? I mean, unless you got a birthday in January, you're not going to be opening presents any otherwise. And opening Christmas presents in January sounds pretty good to me. Like, right, let's actually have a look at this. Now, I think there's actually more to it than just the diamond blocks. Of course, Fozzen has gone above and beyond just giving us those diamond blocks. That's a lot of diamonds. But I think if we hack on in here, there might be a little bit. Yeah, that's what I kind of thought. 2 shulker boxes. Oh, what's in the shulker boxes? Oh, sandstone. That's going to be very handy. What's in this one? More sandstone. That's absolutely amazing. Oh, wait a minute. There's 2 more. Oh, more sandstone. And more sandstone. Oh, Fozzen, that is absolutely amazing. Fozzen, I just want to say thank you for this Christmas present. That is such a nice gift, and the sandstone, my dear friend, is going to come in super handy for future builds. And I just cleaned up the rest of our present. I just want to say, Fozzen, 20 blocks of diamond, my friend. That is absolutely amazing. You've gone above and beyond with this present. Thank you for the sandstone. Thank you for the diamonds. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. That has been a really amazing Christmas present, and I just want to say thank you, dude. And while we're over on the Olympuscraft side of things, I actually want to show you guys something that's going on not too far from here, and it's including a lot of the Olympuscraft members. Yeah, there's a massive build, or should I say GIGA build happening, and I really want to show you guys what's happening over there. And welcome to the GIGA Base, guys. This is where the majority of the server is actually building right now. Since 118 dropped, a lot of people came over here and started building over here, as you can see, and this area looks absolutely insane. The mountain ranges over here are crazy, and the builds that are going on are just as crazy. And I want to take you guys around, just show you around the area and show you what some of the guys are actually building. And since it is the GIGA Base area, all the builds are relatively close to each other, which makes it look absolutely insane. This area over here is done by the one and only Starcat. She's building a castle, which looks really cool, and she's got it all mapped out, and I can't wait to see how it looks like in the end, but it looks really cool so far. I know CWG is just over the hill here. He's got a wall sort of going around. I think he's got a lot planned for in the middle, and his area looks really cool. Right directly across from us, that's where Code MC's building. I don't know who did the bridge, but I like how it connects both mountain ranges, and it looks awesome. Look really, really cool. That build over there, as you can see, just coming range, that's either Jack or Rob. I'm not sure which one it is. And then there's a build at the back, which again is either Jack or Rob, and I'm not sure which one it is. One of them's building one, one's building another, but I can never tell, or I don't know which is building what. This area over here is done by Fuzzy. I was going to say Fozzen. It's definitely not Fozzen, it's Fuzzy. And it looks absolutely crazily insane. I don't know what it is, but it looks, yeah, it looks super cool, all of it. Now Fozzen is building over here. He's actually building next to CWG, and he's actually building in this crevasse right here. Let's swoop on in and I can show you guys, because this crevasse in on itself is absolutely insane. Look how cool this is. Yeah, I love 118. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what Fozzen's doing with it all quite yet, but this is crazy cool. Let's see if I can actually get through all this without actually hitting a dripstone. And this area right here, welcome to Lem's area. Yeah, I don't think it does it justification for me just sitting in there, because I need to get on up. I need to show you what Lem's done. Lem's area is absolutely insane. Yeah, Lem dug it all out. He used the TNT flying machines. Of course, we're in 118 though, so it's basically digging out twice what you would when you're in the older worlds. And this is mental. Look at the area Lem has to play with. Now, I know Lem himself, he's actually building the Ministry of Magic from Harry Potter. I know that's what this is, and it's the beginnings of, and it looks, there's been, oh my god, there's been so much more done since I was last over here. When I was last over here, it was just the ring he had made. He's built a lot in a short period of time, and it's looking absolutely insane, and I absolutely love it. Such a cool area. The Giga Base is absolutely amazing. I would love to come over here and build myself. Unfortunately, I know I won't have time, because obviously we have a massive mega base build at our own base, and we should probably head back across because we have stuff to do over there. And as you can see from all the shulker boxes, the resource gathering for this project was very real. And this back row shulker boxes, especially because it's all cobbled deep slate and I had to mine it all by hand. Luckily for me, I hit a few diamonds on the way, so it kind of took the edge off a little bit. But yeah, that was a lot of work. Most of the other stuff, like the basalt, I've got myself a basalt generator, so it's not too hard to come by. The prismarine I had to buy, and the sea lanterns I had to buy, and then the terracotta when I got with it, it's quite easy to get anyway. But now it's a case of taking all these shulker boxes full of materials and putting them into here in the build. That is going to be what's next. And I'd really like to do this sort of first section just right here with you guys, so I can show you guys the design that I have come up with. And for the floor itself, we're actually just going to be using regular basalt. I was going to use the smooth variety of basalt, but I actually kind of ended up going with the regular because I like how it's got like the stripy feel to it. And this actually makes it look really cool. And this is what we're going to have for the floor, sort of going all the way around on all the sections, and then we're going to incorporate some deep slate in a second as well. But I kind of want to get the floor in to begin with, so at least we have the floor down and I'm able to walk, because if I fall down here just now, yeah, it's not looking great. I mean, let's be honest, I could make it easier for myself. I could just go down and light it all up, but yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. I want to get the floor in first. If I now fall down and get blown up by a creeper and lose all my gear, I'm going to be most upset, but I suppose that'll be my own fault for not going down and lighting up. Oh well, hopefully everything goes well, I don't fall off. I really should take more advice sometimes and light things up. I just looked at an enderman and he's chasing after me. I got shot off by a skeleton. Yeah, everything is going south quickly, shall we say. Oh my god, there's so many mobs now. Ah, the enderman's going to get me. Right, and that is the floor now completely in. There we go. That's all the basalt in now. Behave yourself, skeleton. There's a lot of mobs under this floor, that's what it will look under, but yeah, that's quite cool. It gives us a nice little base to sort of work with, and then we can now move on and now get the rest of the blocks. And I think I'm going to try and focus on getting the deep slate in on the sides, because that's going to be the more difficult part, and then we're going to try and get the back wall in as well. And I think I'm in love with polished deep slate. It really is a block that I seem to be slowly falling in love with. It definitely is something I think I would be using a lot in the future, shall we say. Just, I mean, look at the texture on it. It looks super nice. Unfortunately, you know, for a build like this, I require a lot of it, shall we say. So yeah, that may be a thing, but so far so good. I really like the polished deep slate. Of course, we're not just going to be using polished deep slate, we're going to be using a variety, and I'm probably going to be using the deep slate tiles at some point as well, but that's what we're going to have going up the side. Yeah, it looks kind of cool. I like it so far. And I know it looks a very black texture palette so far, but you know what? It will be changing, don't worry. We will be adding extra colours in, but I just want to kind of get all the deep slate stuff in first, because that's going to be, you know, the main part of the build itself. So once we get all the polished deep slate and the deep slate tiles, because we'll be using those as well, then we'll be able to like give it a bit more colour, because it looks very black. But don't worry, as I say, colour will be coming. I'm using sea lanterns for the lighting. I believe the sea lanterns gives it a more alien sort of feel. It definitely makes it more look like a spaceship when we've got the sea lanterns in. Yeah, it looks really cool. I love the sea lanterns for builds like this. This is what I usually tend to use in futuristic builds, and with this being also an alien spaceship, Yeah, it definitely makes it pop, and it gives us a good light source for the spaceship as well. I would say I'm in love with deep slate tiles as well, but you know what? I think I'm just in love with deep slate. Let's be honest. I seem to like all the varieties of deep slate so far. It is such a cool block to, you know, be able to sort of play with and that. It's just a pity it's so hard to get. I wish they would make it a bit easier to obtain, because the grinding for this project was very real. And yes, I know as of 118 there's plenty of ways to get, you know, deep slate, and it's very easy to obtain underground. I was more meaning just for mining purposes. I wish it was, you know, insta mine like everything else is, well, most other things are with a beacon, because the fact even with a beacon it's not insta mine, yeah, it takes so long to mine this stuff. Right, and last little touches, right, that is all the deep slate in for this section here. I reckon, yeah, let's add some colour to it now. And one of the colours I'm going with is the orange terracotta. I think the orange terracotta really adds like some, you know, adds something different to the build itself. It makes it pop with, you know, with having all the black. It definitely pops. And I like the orange and the black together. That's a really nice combination. It isn't the only colour we're going to add in. We're going to add another colour in a bit. But yeah, we're going to start off with orange terracotta, because I think that really works well with the deep slate we have. Right, and that is all the orange now in. And this actually, as I say, it looks really good. I like the orange combination with the black. It really works together very, very well. Of course, we're not going to leave these blank. We are going to put stuff in these. So I'm thinking for the floor ones and for the top ones is we're maybe going to add like sea lanterns, obviously on the underside of these and on the side of these. And then we're maybe going to add probably iron trapdoors as well. And it'll give a more metallic kind of feel. And it'll also add another accent and a different colour to it as well. Right, and that is the final sea lanterns, and if we just take a wee quick peek, you can kind of see what I mean. Yeah, that definitely looks a lot better. We've got this, we've got them on the floor, we've got them on the side walls, and I think it makes it look like almost, maybe from afar it might look like a window, you know, if we flew away there, maybe it look like a window on the side, but if not, it makes it like a light panel, you know, like some sort of, you know, sometimes the spacecrafts can have like light panels and stuff, or at least you see in the pictures and that, and I think that makes it look really cool. And I say we're going to add the trapdoors probably all around the sides and on some of the sea lanterns as well, and it'll give it a bit of a sort of weathered look, like it's been, you know, through a few spaceship battles or, you know, flights, shall we say, and we'll do the same on the floor as well. I think that'll definitely make it pop and won't make it look, you know, make it look as plain as it does. I do really like the iron trapdoors, but of course you need to power them all to close them. Another job I need to do. And yeah, it's definitely starting to look really cool now. I love the trapdoor look on it. I say it definitely gives that sort of spaceship type vibe now. Of course, we're not done. There is more to be done and another colour to be added in, and I think that's definitely going to make it look a little bit better than it currently does. And the last block I'm going to be adding in is actually the basic prismarine block. I think that actually kind of makes it pop a lot more, as you can see if we just pop it in here. Yeah, it definitely goes with the deep slate and also the orange terracotta, and gives it another sort of third colour. It takes the edge off the black quite a lot, so we've got a lot of black kind of going on. The orange is really nice, the sea lanterns are really nice, but then that prismarine really shines because of the sea lanterns and the orange as well. And I do have to thank Nellis for this. She actually came up with this idea right here. I sort of asked her on Discord what I would, you know, kind of do here, because I was a bit unsure what I was going to use, and she recommended prismarine because it's not something I thought of. So I just want to say a quick shout out to Nellis. Thank you for this, because it definitely makes this build pop for sure. And not only does it make it pop, it also gives it a definitely more of an alien type feel, and obviously that's exactly what we're going for in this build, and I think it makes it look absolutely awesome. I mean, just look at that. Yeah, definitely makes it more alien-esque. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Yep, the prismarine definitely adds to this build. This build is looking so much cooler with the prismarine I added. It gives it a lot more detail. As I say, it definitely takes away from the black, that's for sure. With the orange and the prismarine mixed in, it makes it look a lot more alien-like, and yeah, I'm loving how this is turning out. I just love the way this is going. Of course, we're not done. There's still a lot more details to be put in as well. And the next little bit of detail is actually using lightning rods for almost like a futuristic piping. We're going to use the stained glass like connectors, and we'll have the lightning rods like this. And what we'll do is we'll actually connect them from like maybe like the floor to the top here, and then that should actually look really cool if we can sort of pull off. I did do it in the creative test one. It looked awesome. So just something like that. And that looks like a futuristic sort of pipe where, like, as I say, the stained glass is like your connector it goes. So you almost feel like there's some sort of like liquid or something sort of piping through the system and connecting it all up. And it definitely gives it more sort of like a futuristic feel. And with the piping now in, it actually definitely looks more like an alien spaceship now. Yeah, oh, look at that. It looks absolutely amazing. Just everything sort of connected up, and it all looks like it works, you know, it has like some sort of working order. This looks absolutely insanely cool. Still a couple more little things I want to do around the floor, like a couple little lights and the iron trap doors like we've done up the top. I want to put them on the bottom as well. And we're done. Yeah, I finally have it done. look at how glorious this looks. Yeah, it is now finally complete. As I said, we've got the trapdoors in, the iron ones, and it makes the floor look a lot better. It's not as flat as it maybe would look if we didn't have them in. It gives it a bit more sort of shape and a bit more elevation to it as well. And I've went around and added quite a few of them in, as you can see. We've also got these sort of lights in as well, so it can maybe like little beacons. We've added the the orange stained glass as well, and I've got one just over there. And you may have noticed we've also added this. I want to call this like some sort of filtration system, or something that would be linked to like the primary engine. It would make it go, and this would be like an outlet valve that would let the steam, or whatever they're doing inside there, it lets it out. And I think it really adds to it. It gives it a bit more, I don't know, dynamicness, if that would be a word. It makes it more alive. I think that's what I'm meaning. It's not as flat. There's not as if there's nothing going on. You can see there's things going on. I love that the cloud particles just add that effect to it. And this looks awesome. And this is exactly what I want to be adding in on all the different sections going up. But I think this is where I'm going to leave this part for today. Yeah, I have worked long and hard at this part today, and I kind of want to leave as it is. But this gives you guys an idea of what the rest of the ship is going to look like. And that is something I can't wait to finish off and show you guys the final product on. But I did say I wanted to do something else, obviously, in this episode as well. And the thing I wanted to deal with is what is right behind me. And of course, yes, I am referring to this room right here. Of course, we have our chest all the way down the glass tube right there at the bottom, which contains the one bed to rule them all. But the only way we can get down is by using this ladder. And I don't like this. This is cheap, tacky, and I want to replace this. Yeah, this is not what I initially envisioned. This was just to get down, down to the area, so we're actually able to build the door that we have down there, which opens and closes. I did envision putting a flying machine going down there. I have checked, there is redstone in the way, and I might be able to maybe work around with the door, but I think it's probably going to cause me more of a headache than anything else. So I think what we're going to do is probably dig in the surroundings here, and we're going to have a staircase running this side and a staircase running that side that's going to go sort of down and across, join the middle, and then another staircase is going to run towards the door is. And I think that's going to be the best bet. At least it'll probably make it look more like a pyramid, shall we say. Well, this is not a pyramid, this is obviously a desert temple, but it'll give it that more sort of like, that Egyptian kind of feel. And I think it'll definitely make it look a lot more grand than just having, a flying machine disappearing into the floor. As cool as that is, and I love flying machines, I think this is definitely probably the better shout, because as I say, we'll have this one staircase here, one staircase on our side, and they'll both be grand sort of staircase running down here. We're going around the corner, and then a grand staircase, probably about 3 wide, going into the actual open door itself. I think that's going to look a lot better than having the flying machine. And I say, I love flying machines. Oh man, I really want a flying machine now. No. Resist, Zinjy, resist. It's got to be a grand staircase. It has to be a grand staircase. And the grand staircase is now done. Let me get on up here and I can show you it sort of coming down. As you can see just from some of the colours, we've stuck with the orange terracotta, almost, because it's desert temple, colours itself. So we've stuck with the same sort of colour palette. So this is our staircase here. We have the same one at the other side over there. And you just come on down with yours and lanterns instead of torches. I think that just makes it look a lot better. I'm using the sandstone walls as indents. Just gives it a little bit more variancy so it's not flat, when you're coming down the stairs. And this just looks awesome. You come down here and I say we've got a lot of the orange terracotta and we've got the creeper faces, which could be a hint to some of the lore behind some stuff. Who knows? We'll see. And then of course we've got our staircase, which then sort of circles round from the side of both staircases right into here. And then we've got our grand entrance into the actual chamber itself, where we flick the lever and the one bed to rule them all has been held in the chest down this sort of shaft here, which keeps everything safe as long as of course the door is closed. But yeah, this is, I didn't go too over the top, but I did enough, I think, just to kind of keep it within the parameters of, the desert temple it's in, but also makes it look really cool. I think this is definitely a lot better than having the flying machine. And we all know how much I love a good flying machine in Minecraft. Oh yeah, I love flying machines. And with all this now built up, that is probably going to call this project done. Yeah. I maybe put some sort of locking system on the door, because let's be honest, you can just flick the lever and get in, anyone can access that, and we don't want this to fall into the wrong hands. So that's maybe potentially something we can do in the future, but I want to call this sort of quits for today. I do want to change how we get into the entrance, because this is how you get in. Yeah, it's literally just me digging in the side. Yeah, so I maybe want to make a different entrance to that. We'll see, I'm not quite sure, but I think I want to call it quits for today, guys. That is probably all I'm going to have time for, so I'm probably going to wrap up there. Managed to get a lot done today, namely, behind me. Oh, hello, Mr. Wandering Trader. Namely, behind me, the pyramid. That is looking awesome. I can't wait to get that, done even further. And I think I'm going to continue doing that sort of stuff on my live streams. So, if you're not following me, it's twitch.tv/zinjy_gaming, and you can follow me over there on Twitch. And I think I'm going to be building this over there try to do, you know, more frequent live streams. We'll see. It depends. But as I say, that's going to call it for today. Anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed what you've seen today, by all means hit the like button down below. And if you are new to the channel, then please consider subscribing. Anyway, guys, that's it from me today, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye, guys.